All right, good morning everyone. Welcome. Yes, good morning Julius. How are you? And everyone that is already that is already live here on this live stream. All right, so you know the drill and how we normally do this. Let's get into it. We start with a prayer and then get into the analysis. Apologies for the delay. Yeah, today I had something that held me to be late, but now let's get into it. But of course, don't forget to quickly give us that thumbs up as usual. All right, good morning Patrick. So let's pray and get started. Father, we say thank you for this beautiful morning. Thank you for your grace. Thank you for your love. Thank you that we are back here on this analysis and on the Friday, the last day of the week, here on this very channel as we analyze, Lord. We give you praise, we give you all the honor, Lord. And now as we start today's session, Lord, we ask for your grace, for your knowledge, for your wisdom, and of course for your guidance throughout the day as we get to analyze, as we get to make decisions to enter the market, to exit the market. Be part of us, be the one to issue the decisions, Lord, for the glory of your name. We give you praise, Lord. Thank you for today's profits. Thank you for yesterday's profits, Lord. Thank you that we made money, and now we know that even today we are going to make a lot more money than yesterday. We give you praise for it. In Jesus' name we've prayed. Amen and amen. All right, so as usual we get into it. Yeah, so we start with the crush 500. Hope you guys made money yesterday. I think it's one asset. There's one asset that played games yesterday. That was, I think, crush that was Jump 10 played games, and it's the one that took me out, I believe. But nevertheless, we made money yesterday. Those who were on VIP, I believe we were able to make some good money. All right, so crush 500, where did we stop at and what are we anticipating today? All right, so yesterday this is what we were anticipating, but then it came right about here, gave us a fake change of character, then came down below here, broke structure, and now when it did that, it went up back there, failed to break this resistance up here, and then pushed back today. As we can see, price was pushed back down below. It's trying to look at breaking this previous lower low to give us a new lower low. So currently still a no go for us on this asset, because it is not ready to give us change, to give us a reversal signal right here that we can work with. So I have no business with this asset, but to wait. I have no business for it but to wait until price is ready to give us a reversal. So this is on H1. Say on H4 is already overbought. Yeah, H4 is already overbought. Let's go to HM15. So there's nothing we can do here. H4 is already oversold. Yeah, I think we have to wait for M15 to be oversold. We have to wait for M15 to be oversold, then we can start to make this entry, because now the momentum of sellers has reduced. You can see from how this move of sell has happened. You can see those candles coming in between the buy candles. So that shows you the momentum of sellers is reducing slowly by slowly. So we can only wait for M15 to give us a reversal signal and hopefully gets oversold, and then we can start to think of making a buy move. Yeah, because according to H1 we already need buys, but no business for a reversal yet until price goes above our 10 MA probably, and then breaks this level. Probably that would be the signal that would work for us what we need, and probably get around there like that, and then we probably there or there, and then we can make it by making our entry later. Something like this is a structure that I need to see and then work with, something like that. Until then, no business. Please don't make any entries of buys yet, but just hold on, wait for a perfect entry. You know, if you get a reversal signal on M15, then you don't have to wait. You have to make your entry and probably take your profits around there, for those who want to, you know, work out something quick, you know. But it hasn't given us yet a reversal signal, so this is still a break of structure according to M15. So we need to wait for when it does not give us a break of structure, then we can work with that. Looking at M5, those who love scalping, this would be considered as an inverted heads and shoulder right here. This would be considered as an inverted heads and shoulder right here if it goes ahead and breaks that, meaning it would be a reversal signal for us. This is on M5, and this is for scalpers only now. This is for scalpers to take advantage of this, and that would be your target right about there. And then you start to think of a pullback. Probably around that level. Then you start to think of a pullback. This is for scalpers. Buying here to push here, to push it here. Why? Because this will be the head, and then the left shoulder, the right shoulder, and it's trying to push to break and come here according to the head right here, and this is a neckline, so the target would be at least above there. So you need to take your profits around here if you are a scalper. That is only for scalpers. All right, I think I've talked a lot on this. Let's now head over to, I'm not going to enter though. I'm not going to enter. If I enter here, this is some small money, and I don't want to have a big lot size used here, because for you to make some significant money on this asset, and you're a scalper, you need to be having some good money, and then use like a lot of 2. Yeah, on Crash 500, a lot of 2, lot size of 2 to make this money right about there. All right, so that's it on this asset. Let's now head over to another asset. Boom 1000. So Boom 1000, it followed the analysis just like we analyzed. Good morning, Desmond, how are you? Boom 1000 followed the analysis yesterday, just like we had. So this was a pennant. I don't think we had it at first, but yeah, when it bounced off here and then bounced off there, it started to give me what I saw as a perfect you know, pennant, and that's what came through. You know, that's what came through, and this was the target according to H1. This was the target according to H1 right there. You can see it has now hit the target and immediately started to reverse back. It has hit the target and immediately started to reverse back. That was the first TP right here. According to M15, this was a first TP, and now this was a second TP. I did not enter any of these. Why? Because I was skeptical of these support levels. Even though I analyzed it, I was unable to make an entry. I was late, first of all. When I saw this, I was late to make that, to see that. Then when it broke here, I was not in the market. But either way, if it broke here when I was in the market, I would not have entered. Why? Because this was a support area. Yeah, and you can see what happened there. Being in a sell with this kind of a momentum would be a terrible thing to any trader. You would just be wasting your time, unless if you are a swing trader and you had gotten a move like from there, you would have held up your position to hit the target. But for an intraday trader to make an entry right there, it doesn't make sense. So that's why I could not even make any other entry when I came back to the market. Alright, so enough of all this. Let's now talk about today. So we wanted buys from this support level, but now we clearly see where it is coming from. So let's drag this here and put it right about there, and the rest we delete them. So let's go to H1. This was never respected, delete. This support was never respected, gave us a fake breakout there, so we can delete it, though it was respected here, so we can now delete it. Remove history, delete this one right there, go to H4, look at the support that was respected. That's the support there, that's the support. Go to daily time frame and look at that. So it's the same support on the daily time frame that was respected, and clearly you remember that we are oversold according to daily time frame. We are oversold. Now we've been waiting for H4 to be oversold. It has not yet been oversold. It's still playing games. I told you it is likely to keep playing back and forth until it gets oversold. So now I want to go to let's go to H1. H1 is looking for buys, same as M15, but we have no reversal signal yet, so we can wait. Up here we have a resistance, but then that is not the ultimate resistance according to this structure on H4. This would be the resistance the price may look for when it is coming back. So we know that price is likely to keep playing around here from these levels. From these levels like this, and then back. There we can, I think by the time it comes back we'll be oversold according to H4, and then ready to make the buys. This would be, I believe, the last move to do this kind of a move. Anyways, depending on the momentum of the buyers and of the market makers, of course, we can wait, because anything is possible. These guys can push and break out when price comes here, or they can first bring a sell and then bring in the buy later. But according to what I see, what I'm seeing on H4, I believe this is a likelihood. First move up there and then bring a sell, and then be ready to enter the buy perfectly according to H4. So for now, what I need is simple. What I need is very, very simple. A reversal signal right about there for me to make this. Of course, let me leave that there, but I'm going to use another now for me to make this move. And of course you have your TP levels, intraday traders. All these are your TP levels. Those highs are your TP levels. First, second, second, probably the third, right about there. So those are your TP levels. So for now, just hold on, and let's wait for a perfect entry for these buys. Alright, that's it. Please, like I said, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like, and of course don't forget to give us that thumbs up. Alright, so now we're headed to Boom 500. Let's go to Boom 500. Boom 500, we go. Alright, so yesterday on Boom 500, I think we made money. It's the one we made money first, but then I missed to buy it because the analysis was very simple. To reach here and then enter buys. Those who remember the analysis. But on this trend line and then enter the buys. I don't know why I have. This was if at all it gets enough momentum to break through, but according to what we had already, this was already showing us that we need to make buys. So that was a trade just below our 10 MA as usual. You can see that, and then push for the buy, moved out and took our profits right about there, right on there. That was our TP. So congrats to those that made money on Boom 500. And now we need to look at today. Let's look at today. Delete everything, remove history. This was on support, so delete that already, we know that. Delete that. Let's go to H1, H4. That is a fake breakout according to H4 because it did not close outside. That means sellers are still strong. Let's go to daily. Yes, we need sales. We need sales, but we need sales. According to that candle there, signifies sales coming in. So what I think is gonna happen now is simple. It's very simple. Is that price is gonna try to take out this. Probably it may come to this fair value gap right here, probably, or not, and then we come in with our sales. But this time these sales are going to be breaking out. They are going to be breaking out this pennant. They're going to be breaking out this pennant. And is it even a pennant? Because now we can do this. This becomes what? This becomes an ascending triangle, sort of. And we all know that an ascending triangle can either be a continuation or a reversal signal. So since we are on a strong resistance level, right on that level, it should be a weekly even. It is a weekly level. Then that's a strong resistance to push for a reversal, not a continuation. So now we'll be anticipating a reversal from that level. Okay, so let's go to M15 and see what is happening. Same thing as H1. So all we need is to wait for a reversal on M15 and H1. I think we can wait for H1 to be very sure, then we can make this entry to start selling. Any pullback to there and then we come in, it's enough. It may not reach all the way up there, sometimes it does reach back there, but sometimes it does not. So whatever reaches there, you know that it will be enough for us to give us an entry for the sell. Alright, so today this is gonna be a good sell for us, one that you can at least make a 1 to like 6 risk to reward ratio. 1 to like 6 risk to reward ratio is one that would be a good trade. So wait for it as we wait for the reversal signal. For scalpers, of course, for scalpers, you can as well, you know, enter this kind of a buy. You know, scalpers, you guys can still enter this kind of a buy. Let's say on H1, on M1 I mean. Yep, it's gonna continue buying, but why would you risk here when you can wait for sales? Because sales are very strong. I'm seeing them being strong to come around. I'm seeing them being strong to come around. I'm seeing them being strong to come around. So for now, no business here. Let's wait for that kind of a move. Let's work with the now V25 1S. Vol25 1S. Now, yesterday, let's start with. Alright, so yesterday we wanted that. We wanted this kind of a move. Pullback here to confirm it did actually come here, but then it was sort of playing games around there. Kept on playing games until today morning. When it broke the resistance, I mean broke the support, and then of course broke structure right there. Broke structure right about there, and now it's continuing to sell. It's weird. They see at H4. All right, that's a strong H4 candle. Those two sell candles were strong sell candles of H4, and yeah, it's not yet ready to give us a pullback to confirm the change of character yet. So for now, it's no business for us. We cannot do anything. I'd rather now delete all these. Let me first delete all these and then show you what I'm seeing. So according to H4, in fact according to daily time frame, I want to use this as a fib move and then use that. If I use that, then price is coming to this level right here, 61.8, right there, 61.8, and I believe that's where price wants to get in with a pullback. So this is the likelihood for the pullback. Back there to grab that liquidity, on that fair value gap, as it gave us the change of character. Right about there. Then we come in with a strong sell because the general trend is already a sell. But on the daily time frame, it's not yet confirmed to sell. Yes, it is confirmed this is a change of character, but a pullback would make it concrete for us to actually also engage in a sell now. I can't engage in a sell now due to what we are seeing on H4, H1, and of course M15. It's very tricky for us to make it. Very tricky for us. So all I can do is go back to daily and wait for price to reach here, and then I can engage in a buy to push there, and then after that buy we again engage in a sell. That's why I'm going to wait for V75. Volatility 75, yesterday we did not enter. The analysis was to anticipate a pullback back here, then we can make our buy entries. So the pullback happened, but I don't know why I did not enter actually, because that's what I was waiting for. That's what I was waiting for. Why did I not enter? I don't know. I think I was late, but I don't remember why I did not enter this asset, because that's the pullback that we were waiting for yesterday, and this would have been a good move right here below this asset. In fact, when it even retested here, this would have been a better move to push for this sell. But you can see the momentum of those candlesticks. Maybe that is what held me up not to enter yesterday, because you can see when it went up there, and then look at what happened, those candlesticks right here before it broke that level to continue to sell. And this was a bit late, I think. Let's see, this was what time? 20, 21, 22, 23. At 11 p.m. that's when it made this move. So by that time I don't think I was still trading. Yeah, so either way, this move hasn't reached yet where we want it, but I think we can all see this. I think we can all see that. That doesn't mean it has to come all the way here. So I believe it is now ready to push for the buys. So let me first delete this. Now let's go to H. Let's go to H1. Delete all these now. We don't need them. Now looking at where price is, having reacted to that support level, delete this, we clearly see the price is above our 10 MA according to H1, same as H4. H4 price is below our 10 MA, and looking at those weeks, the buyers are trying to push. So I believe we are getting ready to make the buy entry. We are getting ready to make this buy entry. I don't know how, but we will be ready for it. I don't know. Let me see. Something is not right here. Now, according to H4, just bear with me this. According to H4, this was a break of structure right here. This was a break of structure. It gave us a lower low, then gave us a lower high right here. This was a lower high, then tried to push for a new lower low, failed. Then this was considered to be a change of character right there, and price has reacted to it. Now that is on when we are using price action and SMC. Yeah, so that's what we see. But then if we are using the indicator right here, it shows you that we've been looking for sales, but then you haven't gotten to oversold yet. Now I know we don't normally consider the indicator a lot in such a scenario, but it doesn't mean we cannot consider it in this one. Why do I say this? First clear this. Why do I say this? Because looking at what is happening here and how price has failed to, you know, break that level, and how price has been reacting to that, according to daily time frame, I believe there is a move to bring price down back here and at least try to look for a new lower low, but which will eventually probably fail to get and then give us the buys. That is what I'm anticipating. Probably from there then to come again right here. Let me see, was this mitigated? Yes, it was mitigated according to H4. So it is likely to come all the way to this previous level right about there, and then we can anticipate buys from there. That is it. But if it fails and breaks this, then you know the buys will continue. If it breaks this level right here, then the buys will continue. That is what I can say about this asset. So for now, it's gonna be a no-go for me, because the way it is playing games here, you can only be patient with what it is about to do. According to M15, we can only trade it probably according to M15. You wait for the perfect entry for the buys. You wait for the perfect entry for these buys right here, and then take your profits right about there probably and move out All right, so that's it on V75. I may not focus on it today. It's a no-go for me. Jump 50. Alright, I'm seeing a comment coming in from Patrick on V25S. Sorry, I was not checking on comments. I think looking at the daily time frame, how you applied the fib, it might go beyond that fib to the last one with almost a week. If we apply the fib to the lowest low there, lowest lower low there, okay, because when you look at H4, there is a room for that move to go lower and sweep below, covering the FVG. We clearly see on daily. Okay, let me first go back to V25S a bit. I see what Patrick is telling me. To the low, we cannot. The reason why I have not used this lower low right here, it gave us this move trying to push. So this is the very low that we use that gave us this high that we have, you know. So if we use this lower low, that means price may as well come to this OB right about there. That will be the retest move. So we're going to have two. So this is where we are seeing Patrick give us his opinion, and then we have also this. Then we also have this right here. We also have that. So we have two levels where price is eventually going to be, you know, is likely to give us a pullback. Now, if we are to match with these two according to H4. No, we cannot. So we can only engage in this trade now to continue selling when price reacts to a break of structure like that, like where it broke structure here. So you only want to see something like that and then come in with your sell. So for now, I'm going to first delete this fib and then go to H1 probably, and just wait for when it gets there, then you come in with your sell, because apparently we've already established that it is still selling. It is still selling until it reaches such a level, or such a level. So these are two levels that we have. This level or this level. Alright, I think now that is clear, Patrick, because I've seen what you're talking about, to use this as our very low to anticipate the retracement according to fib. Yeah, I've seen it. But also, yes, this is an order block. Actually, this is the last OB that pushed for this very perfect buy move. So this is also an ideal level. So these are two levels. First, this fair value gap, which is matching with the fib level, that fair value gap. But also, of course, we've seen that our 61.8 is right there where I have that level, that line there, that arrow there. But also this is very significant because it is the last OB that ushered us for this perfect buy move all the way up there. So yeah, I'm with you on this. It is likely to break through that fair value gap and go all the way to this OB. But also, since it is giving us a fair it wants to, it wants to give us a confirmation of this change of character on daily time frame, it can as well react to this fair value gap and then push back. So that's why I also have that level right there. So I want to delete this for now. We know that there's a fair value gap there. Let's wait and see what will come through. Remember, H4 is already oversold. So, but this is an indicator. Price action says we have a break of structure, meaning sellers are still in, clear to continue. All right, so let's now get back to jump 50. So jump 50 yesterday, I was furious with it. Yes, of course, it first gave us money. This was the money yesterday, but then it took me out when I was making this second entry, So this is where I normally say that Deriv tracks me. Probably I say that most of the times probably Deriv tracks my SLs to make sure it takes me out, and I'm starting to there are some trades where I'm not going to be applying stop losses, All right, so having said that, please don't do what I do. Always apply stop losses as long as they can match with your risk management strategy. All right, so this was the first sell. You can see, as always, I told you sell below your 10 MA. That was a confirmation there for me to enter that sell. Perfectly drove it all the way to that level and moved out, and then the reversal came through, and I was waiting for that. So when it started to sell on M15, it was below my 10 MA, of course, so I made my entry. It came and took me out. Look at that. It came and took me out because I had my stop loss right above that OB. You can see on that OB. I had my stop loss right there. After taking me out immediately, it pushed for the sell. That was the second entry that I was looking for. So some of these trades I'm not going to be applying stop losses, because I know I've started to see the games of Deriv. Yeah, so I want to remove that. So that's how I made, yes, of course this was a big profit, so this loss just took what I had already made and left me with some profits, small. So that's why I was furious with it. Alright, so we can delete all this. We know that this move is the one that we are on now, this sell move. So let's delete this. This is a sell that we are on, and clearly you can see we are seeing lower lows, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low currently, and it has reached our trend line right there. This is where it broke out to give us a buy. Remember what I told you, this could be a retest only to later give us this kind of a buy move right about there, like that. Remember, it had not reached the TP, and that's where we wanted to start selling it. That's where we wanted to start selling this asset, right about there. So are we going to see some buys? Let's see on H4. Not really. On H1, yes, according to H1 we are likely to see some buys. So what does that mean? That means that according to daily, this was a break of structure. As you can see it right here, that was a break of structure. So it means that the buy is going to come. If it breaks this very higher high, then it will continue to hit our target. Remember that. So let's now go to H1. So H1 is not yet ready. According to our signal, you can wait for price to reach this retracement level on H4. That's when we will be ready to make some buy entries, because on H1 it will also be confirming what we need. It will be confirming this to come here and give us a reversal signal to push for the buys. So if we have a reversal signal on H1, you know that on H4 it will have hit this resistance level on our CCI and RSI. I mean our, not a resistance level, our retracement level. If we go to M15, clearly you see what is happening. It is already oversold. Something is weird here. That is weird, because that right there is a weird heads and shoulder, inverted heads and shoulder, actually right there. It's a weird structure right there, which means it's gonna come around there, likely to come there and then push for this down below later. That is if it continues to be above our 10 EMA, because I don't see why. Oh, there's that fair value gap, it can actually come for that. So either way, if this breaks this level, then it's going to continue with that move, that buy move. So all I can say is this is a no-go for us until we see a pullback according to H1. So you can wait on H1. Yeah, you can wait for H1. Let's delete all this. It's a tricky thing to anticipate. We wait for this pullback to confirm, and then we enter our buys. Jump 50, jump 25. Congrats to those that made money on jump 50 yesterday. I hope the guys on VIP were able to grab that money. Jump 25, it was consolidating. It consolidated the other day, then yesterday it gave us that breakout. Then look at yesterday's move after that breakout up there, the sell move that came to test this very support or whatever level you can call it right there. Look at that. It did not respect this OB, so we can take it out there. And now look at what came through. Now apparently, if you can see on H1, this is considered to be a change of character, and now price is gonna come to test this and then continue with buys according to price action. However, on our CCI, that shows us that that was an overbought, meaning sellers came through. That's why we saw that sell, and now we are not yet ready to enter buys. That's why we consider sales to be coming in now. Are we going to confirm this on M15? I believe we can confirm it. Not yet. It's not confirmed even to start selling this asset. But we missed our entry right there according to M15 when it gave us this move and went back down a bit below. We missed that. But we will not miss the one on H1 when it is coming down. When it is coming down. Let's now try to understand this move. So I believe the pullback is on. I believe we are ready to sell. We are ready to sell. The only problem is I don't sell when price is not below my 10 MA. That is the only problem. So I have to wait. I have to wait. I have to wait. But immediately as price gets below my 10 MA, then I'll be making that decision. I'll be making that entry. Immediately as price gets below my 10 MA, because according to M5 it's gonna do this. It's gonna keep playing games, and then it is gonna break this level right here, and that will be the entry for this kind of a sell. So apparently that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna wait for this move, and then when price gets below my 10 MA on M15, not M5, M15, then I make my entry for the sell. This entry, I don't see any liquidity left back, so I will have to probably use Fib according to H1 and then determine where I may take my profits, and that would be the 61.8 right there. That would be where I can determine to take my profits from, right there, because there's no significant, which that will be the order block on H4. So that is perfect. That is so perfect for us. This would be the ideal level to take your profits right there. So let's wait on M15 to give us this kind of a move, and then we come in with a sell. But remember to use your perfect lot size. This is V20. This is jump 25. It's a high leverage asset, so you don't have to just make that quick entry when you've not checked your lot size, because you can blow your account in just a matter of seconds. If you use a wrong lot size depending on your account. Alright, so that's it. Now once it reaches here, we'll be anticipating, of course, buys to now engage again. Jump 10. Jump 10, let's see. Jump 10 also acted as I think I I had a wrong, yeah, this was my bad. I did not wait. This was yesterday's poor decision I made. I did not wait for 10 MA, I think. Let me see. Yesterday's analysis was this. I wanted this pullback so that I can enter. So this is what I did. I made my entries right there, but I had tight stop losses. So it was not only about stop loss hunt, it was my poor decision to do what? To place a perfect stop loss. So I was taken out right there. And then you can see after, you know, going below this level, that's when the buy came through. But I got it later in the night to recover the loss right here that I made. I don't know if you guys were able to hold your stop losses wherever you had put them to make this move, because the buy was already on. We already knew that. So that is what happened yesterday on J10. Now we can look at, you know, trying to actually make more money today. Yeah, I did not share this other signal because that signal was already shared on this level when we are looking for that kind of a buy, and clearly you can see it continued. It's still looking for that TP level right above there. So all we need now is to look at today's analysis and see how we can make this entry, to delete everything right about there and remain with this. Probably let's go to H1. Yeah, let's remain with that. So apparently H1 is overbought right about there. H4 is reaching our retracement level according to CCI and RSI, meaning that will be the level when it starts to sell. So remember this structure here, I told you it is always a continuation of buys, so it's gonna come eventually to this trend line. It's likely to come to that trend line and then probably pushes us for the sell. Now I want you to see this right here on H4. This is a change of character right there, right there. Low, high, then low, fails to break this previous lower low. Now it breaks that level, that previous lower high, to give us a change of character. So when it gets right here, let me first delete all this now. When it gets right there, or even in this resistance level, then we will anticipate a pullback to confirm this change of character, and then perfect entry to break out and come to our TP right about there. That's what we need. So this would be the ideal structure that I would be anticipating according to H4, and then before we can come in strongly with the sells that we need on the daily time frame. So this is ideal for what I'm seeing, happening on H4 and daily time frame. So H1, not really, we have to wait for this move. It's still buying, it is still above our 10 MA, so it is likely to be a no-go for me, in as much as I'm seeing that price is trying to, you know, give us some sort of a signal to enter sales. But I'm not going to be tricked. I'm not going to just leave it. I'm not going to trade this asset. I'm going to leave it because it's likely to reach that level right there. Yeah, no business here. I cannot anticipate sales. Even if I anticipate sales, they will be very short-lived. will be short-lived. Will be short-lived to reach there and then come again into buys. That is what I'm saying. So instead of maybe if you want to enter a buy, then you can wait for that and then make that entry for that kind of a move. If it does this, then you can enter the buys from here. But I may not make any business here today on jump 10, unless if I happen to come back to it and I find it here, then I will enter this short buy, because the general trend is still a buy trend. Alright, so that's it on J10. Lastly is gold. We are time bad. Gold. So gold, what happened? Let's go to H1. We wanted price to reach there to give us a pullback. It did not reach, but looking at where it actually reversed, it was ideal to reverse from there, because all this is the order block. Right about that, all that is the order block. So that's why we saw that reversal, and it gave us this pullback that we needed to go back to that level, and even gave a fake breakout there to take the stop losses of early buyers who wanted to buy from there. And having done that, gave another change of character right about there. That is a change of character, and you can see now buys are in shape. So now we delete everything right there, delete everything there, buys are on. But looking at H1 and CCI, that is what we are seeing. Overbought. Why? Because of this previous OB right here. And price, you can see the candlesticks here, they are very weird. Why? Because looking at day H4, this is an OB which is becoming a resistance level right there where we are. So it's gonna be hard to break it just like that. But we have a change of character, so it's looking for a higher high, then it will come for a new higher low. So let's try to understand this. So according to M15, buys are still having they're still having the strong push. So what we can only anticipate is to wait. I may not enter this asset. I don't know what news are coming in today, but these news are going to eventually break out this resistance and then push for that other order block right there. Yeah, so we can wait for probably the next H4, which is happening at 3, which is going to be starting at 3. But if it breaks this OB or that support, I mean resistance, this the H4 resistance, then you know it's gonna get up there. So for now, I'm gonna wait for this H4 candle to close. Yeah, no business here, no business whatsoever here, no business whatsoever I can do right here, because it's likely to consolidate for some good time. It's likely to consolidate for some good time. It's likely to consolidate. Now I want to remind you this concept that we normally talk about once in a while, AMD. I want to remind you that. So for instance, the London session has started. Now if the London session has just started, that means this right here was the Asian session. This here was the Asian session right there. you know, when the markets opened right there, and then the Asian session started right about there. Now the London session is likely going to be a consolidation, because the Asian session gave us this move from there to there to give us a new higher high. So we are likely to accumulate in it's very weird. It's gonna be weird. It's gonna be weird. This is gonna be a manipulation move. It's gonna manipulate us in a way that the New York session will have to come and break out that. To break out that H4, this H4. So whatever we are doing here, please, what I've just seen is crazy. It's crazy. This right here is gonna consolidate and then manipulate. Once it manipulates down below here, then New York at 3, at 4 there will be coming in with a strong buy, probably inspired by the news even, to push and break out this OB, this support on H4. So whatever you do, make sure you are in the right trend. Don't engage in a wrong trend. Don't find yourself having trades in a wrong trend. Remember, we've just seen that the trend is a buy trend currently, according to, what was it? Yeah, according to, was it H1? Yes, that is a change of character right there, and already we were in buys right here. So you have to be ready when it is time to make your entries. Make sure you are in buys, not sells. Make sure you are in buys, not sells, from what I'm saying. Yes, this is sort of a strong resistance level, but if London becomes a manipulation and a manipulation move to bring price back here, let me see which level could be. That could be going into H1. Probably this OB right here. Probably that OB. So price to come here and then give us what we need. We already know that we need it right there, so I'm going to delete that. Come to H1, then look for this right there. That is what we need. But it's likely to first consolidate right in here for some good time. Consolidate, then break down below here to grab that and then get us into buys at 3-4 there. And I believe by that time news will be coming in strongly, because it is a Friday. Most of the times news comes strongly on Fridays, so we wait and see what will come through. All right, so there is no business with me. I may not trade gold at all unless if I see a structure that can work with me. Remember, this is a higher high, higher low, higher high that is creating here, so it has to come down below to look for a higher low, and once it creates that higher low, then we are in clear for a buy move. In clear for a buy move, so we wait. That's it for today. Please don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like as we do our recap. So let's go for our recap and we call it a day. All right, so we started with crush 500, and yeah, just like that, the TP was hit. Why? Because that was an inverted heads and shoulder I showed you guys here. So anytime from now, it's gonna reverse. It's gonna reverse and give us a sell. Why do we need a sell? Let's delete that. Why do we need a sell? Why do we need a sell? We need a sell because we have to confirm. Oh, price is above our 10 MA even on M15. Crazy. That's crazy. And it did not break, and it is even above our 10 MA on H1. So apparently wow. Okay, so it means for me to make this entry, I need price to reverse back to this or be on M15. That will be my perfect entry and a sniper one to actually continue with this kind of a buy move on H1 that I'm already seeing. Okay, so that's the case. Pull back here, and then we have our entry. Already the buy entry on H1 has already started, because remember it had failed to break this lower low, and right now price is above our 10 MA, but remember that H1 candle has not yet closed. So for us to confirm it is actually going to continue, this H1 candle has to first close, which is remaining 10 minutes to close. So being in clear of that and know what to do before you make a wrong decision. But what we've seen is that it's likely to react from this or be on M5 and then come all the way back down to give us a perfect entry. That is if it fails to break this previous lower low on M15. Yeah, boom 1000, it has pulled back on M15. I think we have a better entry we should be entering. I'm more is skeptical on boom 1000. I'm always skeptical on boom 1000. Let me see, why do I feel like I need to make this entry? Why do I feel like I need to make this entry? All right, so it's gonna be like this. I will wait for this candle to close. If it closes as a sell candle, then I will have to wait for the first buy candle if it does react from here. If it fails and breaks, then no business. Remember, it is always risky to make an entry when price is below your 10 MA and you're looking for buys, you know. So price has to be above my 10 MA to be very clear of this entry. So for now, I don't think I'm gonna enter. I'm going to wait for this candle to close and probably to wait for a buy candle to be above my 10 MA. Boom 500, we need this move and then we can come in with our sells perfectly. This is a move I don't want anyone to miss today. If it happens, you will make some good money today. Boom 500, I mean V25S, I told you the buy is likely to happen, but only shortly. If it comes around there or here, then you can make your entries. Then you can make your buy, I mean your sell entries. Then you can make your sell entries. V75, all right, it has reached that trend line and the sell has started. I told you for scalpers this could be your entry for selling this asset, back to this trend line. So it's the only way we can play with this asset until we are ready to make this buy move. So scalpers, what are we waiting for? I don't know, but we could have made the entry. just hold on a bit. Just hold on a bit, just hold on. If it continues, then that's my bad, but I have a feeling that it has to give us a fake breakout around there. I have a feeling. Yeah, a feeling is actually true. This feeling, if we go to M1, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. It's a beauty to learn how to analyze on all time frames. So you need to understand this. So it's likely to come here and then give us a fake breakout, then you can have a perfect entry for scalping this sell. This is a sell on M5 that you can engage in, and you can engage in. Remember, when it is selling, it may not even reach all the way here. It may even come to this OB and get back into buys. You have to understand that. So when you're selling, sell knowing that anything is possible. Keep trailing your stop losses. Don't be rigid and hold your positions just because you've said this will be the TP and then you fail to. Keep trailing your stop losses. Alright, so I will wait for this move, then I can enter buys. If it doesn't happen, then I have no business with it. J50. Alright, we are waiting for a perfect entry for the buys, but apparently no business at all. No business at all. But I think price is above a 10 MA on M30 and M15. It's not clear. No business. So wait for this structure. This kind of a structure is what we're anticipating, like that. Then you can enter. J25. Alright, I think the pullback that we needed has happened. Is it? Is it? Ah, look at how we've missed the entry. Oh man, the way it has jumped, it is just crazy. So just like that, we were supposed to make our entry before it jumped. If we make the entry now, it's gonna be a bit big. Yeah, it's gonna be crazy for me now, so I may not enter it. Yeah, it's gonna be my entry now. I've missed it. I was supposed to enter before it made that spike or that jump. Jump 10, it's gonna do this and then we can enter buys. So if it does this, then you have a perfect entry for this short buy. Lastly is gold. Gold is crazy. It's still crazy. It's likely to keep consolidating until probably 2 p.m. or 3 p.m. when it does this to manipulate and then continue with buys. Alright, so that's it for today. Hope you guys had a great time. Don't forget to like, give us that thumbs up, and of course don't forget to subscribe. And now boom, 1,000 has done it, just like we wanted. That was a sniper entry that I was talking about, and we can clearly see that it has done it. Only just a minute or less when we moved out of it, it has made the jump. That was a sniper entry right there. So now what do we do? Do I enter now? According to M15, I should enter now. Yeah, I'm gonna enter. Yes, of course I was late. That means my stop loss is gonna be quite big, but let me enter, because as the new H4 starts, it can easily take you out. So I'm gonna enter there, and hopefully this candle closes above my 10 MA there. Yeah. Alright, so that's it on boom 1,000. I've locked in my buy. It's quite a risk I've decided to make. Yeah, but yeah, I was supposed to make it right about there. All right, that's it guys. See you guys Monday for the next analysis. Of course, for BTC, we'll be having a BTC analysis at 10 minutes past 1 today as we wind up the week. Have a good day guys. Bye bye.